Seriously, guys, don't mess around with truckers. Truckers are the backbone of this economy. We have a very, very lousy rail system. Most of our cargo is shipped over by massive Class A semi-trucks, and truckers have a lot of power. Okay, and I've been seeing a bunch of videos on Twitter and Reddit, just pretty much seeing people making fun of these truckers. You probably shouldn't, because most of our cargo is shipped by truckers. GDP is at an all-time high. GDP is going up. Consumerism is at an all-time high. We're buying things like so much, more than ever before. So truckers are going to be the true backbone of this U.S. economy. And check this out on X. Truckers joining together to be boycotting New York City in solidarity with Donald Trump. Now, what's happening here is a lot of these truckers understand that the trucking industry have a massive shortage, nearly 80,000 drivers. And when you look at this, Trump recently was fined by the city of New York over a fraud case. Trump is apparently guilty and is forced to pay almost $400 million in fines. Now, it's not really about the money, but the mere fact that a lot of people feel like this is very unjust. And the trial was already very biased. People feel like Trump was okay. Nothing was really wrong with the ex-president. So now many truckers who stand with Trump are now coming out and showing their displeasure in the city of New York. And New York recently is doing really, really poorly. The migrant crisis, they're going broke. A bunch of people in New York are pretty tired of it. And it's losing its luster as a financial hub to other areas not traditionally in finance, like Miami and Vegas. And now you even have truckers from Pennsylvania. They basically said that 25% of truckers from their company are refusing shipments to New York City. Now, one of the biggest things that you need to know is the number 25%. Obviously, not every single trucker out there is protesting this, right? But you don't need all the truckers to stop shipments in New York City. What you need is like 5 to 10%, and the whole city is on its knees. Because this is exactly what we're seeing. Many truckers, are refusing these shipments to New York City, despite even pay increases. And people are saying that New York City will probably start feeling the pinch real quick. And look at this. You also got the man who started it all. Just got off the phone with a broker we deal with, loads out of Michigan. And they're willing to pay 30% more. Some places are willing to pay even more than 30% just to have their load delivered to New York City. The protest is spreading pretty wide, and many truckers are getting together with this. Not to mention, New York is one of those places where many truckers don't like going anyway, because trying to go in and out the city is expensive, it's time consuming, and the traffic is just really, really bad. You actually have to be a very experienced trucker to do something like that. Right now, Donald Trump is saying that he's never seen such support. Truckers, everyone, they're saying that we're not going to be going to New York City, and they're not going to deal with New York City. New York City recently is truly crumbling. If you guys haven't checked out New York, some of the parks in the East Village of Manhattan are being turned into migrant shelters. The city takes in 70,000 people. It's going to get up to maybe 120,000 people at the end of the year. For what? Right? The city's going broke. It's a massive sanctuary city. Several of the rich guys, even just people in the upper class, are just kind of done with New York. It's a great place. It's very nice. I've been here during Christmas. One of the best experiences I've ever had. Manhattan is very lovely. I was born there. But recently, after going to Manhattan and the rest of New York, it's becoming more and more dump-like. Right? I go to other American cities like Vegas, Miami, Tampa, Austin. So much better. Better vibes. Even freaking Toronto, even Vancouver, Canada are better than New York City. So let's see what happens here. New York is taking a huge hit, and now they have a trucking crisis going on. It's not going to go so well with the city of New York, but let's see what happens. Hopefully New York recovers, and I'm very curious to see how this trucking protest is going to unfold.